There we go. Why does it feel like I can't hear me? There we go. Okay, now I can hear me. I just wanted to listen to my music, but apparently not. Still figuring this all out. Okay. I'm gonna pray that this works. Alrighty. Hello, can you hear me okay? I want to make sure you can hear me okay. My background looks so cute. It is still daytime outside. It's all sunny. Awesome, thank you. I literally did all of my makeup today and then got to my hair and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing my hair. I'm gonna just hang out and not do it. And so here we are. I threw it up in this messy bun when I woke up this morning and it's gonna live there. I went for kind of a more Bumblebee vibe. I've been using my Blend Budding Cosmetics palette, the blends. It's all matte. It's so nice. I have not had a neon orange work this well in a really long time. I've also just really enjoy the look. I've been going for more of a glowy concealer look. I don't really wear foundation anymore. I had really, really bad acne in 2020 and it was kind of a struggle to keep it going, to keep my skin getting back to better, and I'm just really happy that it's back to normal. Thanks. Yeah, I'll get a little closer. Yeah. I really like it. I think it's really pretty. But yeah, I've been using that palette. I'm really picky about palettes now. I used to be a makeup addict, used to buy way too much makeup, and I'm happy now that I kind of outgrew that a little bit and I've not been having that issue lately. Just buying a lot of stuff, you know, and happy that's no longer a problem. Why is my CPU running so high? You're fine. Just doesn't want to do it. Alright, so today we're actually going to be doing something a little different. I wanted to do kind of like a tier organizer thing. So what we're going to be doing is just like ranking makeup brands that I've tried. It's going to be kind of fun. I've tried most makeup brands that are like mainstream that I really like. So we're going to be doing that today. And a lot of these I haven't tried. I tried to find one that has like everything that I've tried, and the reality is no list is going to have everything on it. So I'll probably do like an indie one, or I'll make my own at a certain point to do like a definitive list. But today we're going to be doing the one that I found that has a lot of different brands on it, and I'll kind of give you things that I love about it, things that I don't like, just like stuff like that. And it's just going to be fun. It's going to be kind of like a tea spill a little bit, because why not? This is going to be fun. And I'm also listening to my music because I am convinced that it's gonna kick me out at a certain point and just be a pain in my ass. It gave me an ad halfway through the intro page and I was really annoyed. So yeah, let's get started. Alrighty. Swap out over to this layout. It's so pretty. Oh, okay, so we have all of these brands to go through. Now, I haven't tried every single one of them. I've tried most of them. A lot of these I don't use anymore for different reasons, and we'll kind of go through why we don't use them anymore. But some of these, like this Colourpop one right here, this is like one of my ride or dies. So basically, we're just gonna use the system the way that it's laid out. where the S is going to be like the absolute best, and then we have like A, B, C. Like this is, the S I think is like Super Saiyan. Like I need this. Like this is my like Sailor Moon dream. This makes me happy. These are all the things that I'm going to do. Yes, a lot of brands. And you know what's crazy? This isn't even all the brands I've tried. This is just all the brands that like I like. So we're gonna get through them. I'm gonna pop that ear off so I can hear my own volume. Alrighty. So getting started, let's start with the Anastasia one right here. So I have tried Anastasia before. I still use some of her stuff. I'm actually wearing her lip gloss today and Sparklelava. I use the brow pomade. They're actually gonna go into the B category, ironically, for brows. The reason for this is that I've had a lot of their palettes. I've had Modern Renaissance, I've had Soft Glam, I've had Subculture, which was just not a good palette at all. I think I got one of the janky ones because I got mine at Ross when I lived in New York for a while. And it just like, it was powdery, it wasn't good, it was like patchy, and I have a couple patches on my eyes, like toward my creases that get really patchy, but this one just like was not fun. I think I eventually sold it on Depop to someone who really wanted it. It was like a really pretty dark, grungy palette. If they ever bring it back, I would actually recommend the Colourpop's Raw Beauty Christie palette instead, because I think it's way prettier and it's a better formula. But the reason she's in the B category is because, like, while I really love the brow products, I really like the brow pomade, I really like this one lip gloss, some of their business practices just kind of throw me off right now. They've been known to kind of like, they stacked all their influencer collabs in 2019, and then when Norvina took over, it just kind of got like a little insane. They just kind of let Norvina take over, and she just kind of threw it off for me. It just wasn't the vibe anymore. I know she does things based on like Mercury retrogrades, which seem really weird to me. And like I haven't personally tried the Norvina palettes. I've just only ever heard mixed things about them, and I don't want to spend $60 on a palette for that. So I think they were definitely like game changers in the beginning and around like 2016, but they kind of fell off. Also, there's been some rumors that Anastasia herself has connections to Russia and is kind of encouraging the situation that's going on over there with Ukraine. And yes, I am drinking Capri Sun. Yeah, I love it. When I worked in a brewery, I had this lady come in, and when I worked in the brewery, I did not drink at all, and she came and she's like, well, what's in your fridge? And I was like, Capri Sun. Like, I don't think it matters what's in my fridge. Give me one sec, I'm just gonna move some stuff around. I have like a nice wide lens, but if my like, if my like Twitch studio thing is like not right next to my camera, I will spend the whole day like this, and I'm trying so hard not to do that. My bad. Okay, so that was Anastasia. But yeah, the lady was so funny. She was just like, well, I'm a big hophead, and I was like, I literally don't drink beer, but I can sell it like a son of a bitch. I'm just so funny to me. Yeah, what's in your fridge? Capri Sun. I don't keep alcohol in my fridge. Okay, so next up is Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals for me, I'm gonna put it in C. I'm gonna like start off being nice to a couple of these brands. It's in a C for me because I've tried a few of their products. I didn't hate the products. They just weren't for me. I have their powder foundation, which I really wanted to like, and I did like for a little bit, and then I had their tinted moisturizer. All right. Give me one sec. I wanted ad-free, and I was like so hoping to get ad-free. Where's my other one that I used? We'll go back to the music I had before. Sorry about this. I'm like giggling to myself because I forgot. I looked up the video from The Ring last night because I really wanted to know what it was. There we go. Okay. This one hopefully won't have ads. Okay. Where was I? Bare Minerals. So, tried a couple things. Not super big fan. I know a lot of people really love them. I found it broke me out, which was weird. But my skin did this really weird thing in 2020 I've mentioned before where like it just got really bad acne. Like I have photos of it and it's just like, it's insane. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. I'll pull it up on my phone. I got like the worst acne in 2020 and I didn't realize how bad it was until I was like scrolling through my old Instagram archives recently and like you can kind of see it. I'm trying to get like in between, but like it's like scarring and it's so bad. Like my whole like side of my face was like acne scars and it was awful. And luckily it's kind of gone away. I'm switching to like a more moisturizer based regimen right now. It's been going pretty good. Like the shine is really just like my highlight and the fact I like dewy skin now because I was using a lot of matte products. But Bare Minerals, yeah, it's gonna be a C. It's nothing super special. I don't find that it really interests me, unfortunately. Definitely not the thing that I want to get. I'm gonna throw these guys in over here. So Berry M, Beauty Bakery, Becca. Haven't tried any of these. I believe Becca is actually discontinued now, aside from Champagne Pop, which is done by Smashbox. I think Smashbox bought Champagne Pop's formula. I actually wanted to try Becca, but like not enough to buy it. She's just kind of expensive. And like some of the highlighters, I think it was Moonstone or Moonbeam, one of those. Those look really interesting, but like it was like $80 for like 4 highlighters or something insane. And I was like, I'm not spending that much money on highlighters. Benefit Cosmetics right here. I want to be nice. I'm gonna put it in C. Again, I've only tried one thing from them. I think I tried their mattifying, it's like Professional primer. That's the only thing I've tried from them. I used to love it, and then I stopped using primer for like 2 years, and then when I started using primer again, I switched to Milk Makeup's Hydro Grip. BH Cosmetics. I don't own anything. I own a couple things. We're gonna put BH Cosmetics in the B category because I don't own a lot from them specifically. I've had a couple palettes. I really liked the palettes. They were just color stories that I never used, so I got rid of them. I kind of wish I didn't now because I've been getting back into color. They have some really good products, and like when their products are good, their products are good. And I'm always tempted by them. It's just I never buy from them because I'm trying not to buy anything. And then we have a couple things that are gonna go in here. Buxom's going in there, just never really tried it. Chanel's going in there. Clinique, I have tried their makeup removing balm, but I go to the Glow Recipe one now. This one's gonna go in the not used. They are not cruelty free, so I don't use them. Colourpop. Colourpop's going up here. It's the fastest decision of my life. I used to be a Colourpop whore. Like, I owned a good 70% of their brand. When they came out with the monochromatic palettes, I had every monochromatic palette except like 3 at one point. I had 80 palettes at one point, and a good 80% of them were Colourpop. I have pretty much every formula they've ever made. except for they redid a bunch of their lip products recently, and I don't have every single lip product, but I have the lip stains, the glosses, the Luxe lipsticks. The Luxe lipsticks are my favorite. I have really dry lips, so using liquid lipsticks is not always great for me. I love their eyeshadow palettes. I love their Super Shock shadows. I've been getting back into, I actually have this here. This is their Super Shock Cheek. This is Marguerite. I've been using this one a lot. I didn't like their Super Shock cheeks for the really long time because I just couldn't figure out how to get them to work for me. I wasn't a cheek person. And I really love them now. I'm friends with Colourpop Trend on Instagram, and she was like, you need to use a sponge. So I have a special sponge just for it. And I really like it now. But yeah, Colourpop's great. There are very few Colourpop products that I've ever tried that I didn't like. One of which is I don't love I'm just adjusting my levels. I didn't love when they first came out with their liquid liners. They came out with gold ones when they did the It's All Gold palette, or It's Gold palette, something. It was the Holiday 2019 palette. They came out with these like glitter liners, and they sucked. They were so bad. They were just like not opaque at all. They didn't work. They tore off the formula as you layered it. It was just not good. I think they came out with a new formulation for the new Star Wars palette, and I've heard really good things about that one. I'm not a fan of the Jelly Much shadows. It's just a personal thing. I know a lot of people that love them. I don't really use their gel glitters. They're Glitterly Obsessed formula. But other than that, like, their eyeshadow's great. I tell people all the time, like, if you're getting into makeup, definitely check out Colourpop. They're always having sales, especially after COVID happened. So literally never pay full price for Colourpop and use discount codes. I use Amanda from Just for Fun Makeup, or Makeup Just for Fun's code all the time. It's affiliated. I would support her. She does like a lot of really good informational videos, and if you're going to use affiliate codes, I always try to use ones that are for people I like. But yeah, Colourpop's going to be up here till I die. I have a problem. They're coming out with a horseshoe cowgirl collection right now, and I want to buy some of it for my friend, but again, I don't want to pay full price for it. I don't know what brand this is. I've been staring at this. I think it's CoverFX. I think this is supposed to be CoverFX because it looks like their font. I haven't really tried CoverFX. They had like a fully waterproof foundation at one point when I was a professional mermaid that everyone was obsessed with, and I don't think I've tried a single thing from them. If I did, it was like 2015 and didn't survive my collection, so obviously it's not there anymore. Dior makeup most likely tests on animals and is too expensive for me, so it's going to go over into the not used. And I think from this point on, I'll put them over here. All right, so Dose of Colors. I really liked Dose of Colors. I just don't own any of it. I'm gonna put Dose of Colors in the A category. I really like their formula. It was really good. The mattes were really good. The shimmer's really pretty. The shimmers are a little soft because I had a couple of them show up broken. I've heard really good things about their lipsticks. I used to own like almost all of their 5-pan palettes. I bought like a bundle at one point because I have a problem. And I really liked it. I loved the Making Mobs palette. Sorry, that's the Colourpop version. They have, Dose of Colors has a mobs palette they came out with, I believe, before people got really into mobs, and I loved it. It was really good, but when I was kind of clearing out all my makeup and selling makeup that I was no longer using, unfortunately Dose of Colors has a really high price point, so selling them worked for me. But yeah, definitely loved Dose of Colors. I would try it again. It's just I don't really spend money on makeup, and when I do, am really picky about it, and they haven't had anything that kind of wows me. They're really good for like neutrals and like basics, but definitely I wouldn't suggest buying them if you're starting with makeup, just because it's a price point that I don't think you should pay for. It's not super expensive, it's not like super high end, but it's definitely that like Sephora pricing. And e.l.f. makeup, God, I feel like e.l.f. has been around my entire life. Almost 30. I remember when everything from e.l.f. was $1. And it's so funny because some people are now like, e.l.f. used to be $1. And I'm like, yeah, and gas used to be $1. So like, let's get over ourselves real quick. e.l.f. makeup, God, it's going in the B category. It's going in the B category only because their formula is so hit or miss. I have a couple products from them I really love. I have more products from them that I want to try. I have a lot of e.l.f. brushes. Most of my brushes now are Morphe or Target. I try really hard not to buy Morphe because them as a brand are kind of shady. But, oh, Morphe's down there too. Cool. I just realized these are all in alphabetical order. But for e.l.f., yeah, I think they're great for starting out. Their brow gel, I used to use that every single day until I switched to the NYX one. They have really good eyeliner, they have good lip products, they have good sponges. I like their cream blushes. I think they're good. I think it's good for starting out, or for like if you're a teenager, or for like playing with makeup. I just have better things, and a lot of times you can spend a couple more bucks with Colourpop and get a way better, more consistent quality. Estee Lauder is going in the not used category because it is not cruelty free. I don't even know what this one is, so that's gonna go here. Fenty Beauty. I want to be nice to Fenty, I do. I'm gonna put Fenty in A. Only because when I love a product from them, I love a product from them. They make my setting powder, which is a lavender powder, which is the only powder that has ever not yellowed my under eyes. I have a really, really cool pale complexion, and even when I use translucent powders, it like ends up my under eye looks yellow at the end of the day, and it's just because of the way it like mixes with concealer and the way it looks on my skin. And they have a lavender powder, and it's the only powder that's ever not done that for me. It also smells like cake, and that's a way to win me over, is when things smell good. I tried their original Pro Filter foundation when they first came out, when they like launched like the 40 different shade ranges. I liked it for a time. Unfortunately, it is very matte, and I also don't use foundation anymore, so I liked it when I used it. It's just I used a lot of matte products that I don't use anymore because mattes just don't work for me now. I'm gonna need to make tea, man. I'm talking way more than I normally do. I need to figure out a way to get rid of the drinking sounds. Okay, Hourglass. I haven't tried Hourglass. Actually, I remembered. So when I was shitting on Becca, I was actually thinking of Hourglass. Hourglass is the one that makes these like highlight palettes that are highly rated. They're just stupid. Okay, so Hourglass is going to go not used. I haven't used them just because they are expensive and I don't want to spend the money. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, I've heard they're overpriced. I think most makeup is overpriced at this point. My ideology is if I can find something from Colourpop that I have to work like 3 seconds longer with, that is a tenth of the price, I'm going to buy it from Colourpop, unfortunately. That being said, we have Huda Beauty. Oh, stormy sounds. Alrighty, so Huda Beauty is gonna go up here in the A category. I And it's only going to A category really because I hate her smell. Like the smells are so strong. I have a couple of her 9 pans and I like them, but they kind of smell like molding clay. And I think it's all of them. They just have a very strong makeup smell. I have the deep nudes, I have the light nudes, and I have the Jaguar Wild palette. I love all 3 of them. I try to use them way more than I do. I like the formula. I've had Mercury Retrograde. I actually bought it, returned it, bought it again, and sold it, and then I don't have it anymore because I just never used it. The only shade I liked in it really was like the burgundy shade, and I have that shade 10 times over because I really like burgundy as a makeup choice. Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people really like her lip products. I wasn't really a lipstick person for the longest time, and by the time I was, I had formula on top of formulas that I really liked, so I've never really given it a try aside from that. I honestly feel like Huda Beauty is kind of like on her way out. I feel like she's very like gimmicky in that influencer world, and that's why she's survived this long and that's why she's done so well. I like the products that I have. I just think that she needs to kind of focus on making really good formulas that are ingenuitive, and she's just kind of riding that like influencer train. Ilamasca, heard of, never tried. It's large, it's getting too large. Never tried this one. Never tried NYX Cosmetics. Never tried Jouer. A lot of these are higher ends or like designer brands. They use they test on animals, so I can't use them because I don't do products that test on animals. And here we go, Jeffree Star. I don't think this is gonna surprise anyone. It's going in the F category only because of who he is. If we take out everything that Jeffree Star has done as a person, it's gonna go up into like this A-B category. I miss this formula. I miss the eyeshadows, I miss the shimmers, I really loved the highlights. I miss this formula. I wish he wasn't such a terrible person, but unfortunately he is. I used him up until June of 2020. I actually used him right until the time that I got my cremated palette, because I was one of the lucky few that had the cremated palette. If I ever wear his stuff, I think the only thing I have left from him now is I have the Heaven's Gate lip gloss, and that's it. And if I ever use it, I will never put it in a description box. I'll never tell people what I'm wearing because I don't want to give him any credit for it. It's just, I really like that lip gloss and I don't want to get rid of it. But I've gotten rid of everything else that I've owned from him. I've sold a couple things. I've gotten rid of a couple things. Yeah, I wish he wasn't the way he is, but he is. I also have a friend that worked for Creme, and she said that allegedly he stole the Velveteen lipstick formula for his velour lipsticks because he apparently allegedly toured the Creme facility and was talking about the Velveteen lipsticks with Dove, and then suddenly came out with the velour lipsticks that are the exact same formula, basically. Yeah, he's down here. He's gonna live here, and it's just a bummer. Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place is gonna go up into the B category. Juvia's Place is gonna go up in the B category. No, it's gonna go in the A category. The only reason it's not up here is because I don't currently own anything from her. I don't currently own anything from Juvia's Place. They go down a little bit. There we go. I've owned a few palettes from them. Their formula for their palettes is really good. I love the shade range inclusivity. They don't have a shade for me, but I'm not going to complain about that. So I really like their shades for their eyeshadows. The formula is really good. I kind of want to put it in the B category. I feel like makeup wise, it lives in the A category, but it's gonna go down to B. They've been in some kind of hot water for doing some not nice racial things and then trying to act like it didn't happen. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's what it is. So, but their eyeshadow formula is really good. They're a black-owned beauty brand, so I always say, like, if you really want like really pigmented shadow, always buy from like black-owned beauty, because it's going to be super pigmented, it's going to be really nice, and it's going to be like the color payoff's going to be amazing. But unfortunately, they're going to go in the B category just because they've been having some issues with being nice people. KKW is going to go over here because I have zero desire to buy from Kardashians, and she only makes expensive neutrals, and for a while I wasn't into neutrals, and now I kind of am, and now I'm kind of not, so I just have zero desire to go into that. KVD, God. KVD is gonna go over here. And KVD is going here because I used to love her. I used to have all her products. I used to have a lot of her eyeshadows, loved the eyeshadows. I haven't tried them in so long that I honestly can't speak to their quality anymore. I used to buy from KVD when it was Kat Von D Beauty, and now it's like Kindness, Virtue, Dystopia, I don't know. So I used to buy from her when it was Kat Von D's brand, and then I stopped buying from that brand because it was Kat Von D's brand, because she had all the allegations come out against her. And I know that she's not part of the brand anymore, and they've kind of kicked her out, but unfortunately I just still have no desire to buy from the brand anymore, because nothing they've created kind of wows me. I also was really annoyed. I went to Sephora I think it was 2020. It was like around the time they did the rebrand, and it was supposedly still the rebrand, but her name was still on a bunch of the products, and I was like, I don't want to buy this until her name's not on anything anymore. And on top of that, they like did all the foundations. It was like all of the light shades were on top, and then like tucked away in a lower shelf were all the darker shades. And I was like, I don't like that. Just like rubbed me the wrong way, especially when you're dealing with like a bunch of racial allegations in 2020. You should not be doing that. Because like Fenty, the way Fenty does it, the way Rare Beauty does it, are they on here? This must be an old one. Yeah, this is an old one. The way Rare Beauty's on it. Rare Beauty like does it all in a row. So she's gonna be a D category, only because they bought it from her. So she no longer owns KVD, and I kind of just don't really have a way to rate the quality now. Kylie, same as before. Kardashian, not going anywhere. Lancome is gonna go here, haven't tried it. Laura Mercier, I have tried Laura Mercier. I know they test on animals. I got the setting powder that everyone is obsessed with. I used it for a few years, and then recently I switched to my Fenty one, and I think mine went bad too, and I just didn't want to buy it anymore, so I got the Fenty one instead. And that's literally the only Laura Mercier thing I've ever tried. Lime Crime. Lime Crime's gonna go in a C category because it's very hit or miss. I know they've had a lot of trouble with previous allegations, previous scandals. For the most part, I think they've been kind of calm lately. I haven't heard anything about them. I follow a couple of tea channels when it comes to makeup, so normally I hear about it. But yeah, I had a Venus palette that I liked. I've had a couple lipsticks. I wanted the teddy bear lipsticks or the velveteen lipsticks. I don't remember which one. I think it was like lavender honey or lavender tea. I think it was lavender honey. Yeah, there's a couple formulas from them I really like. I just don't really buy from them, and they're not in Ulta anymore either, so I just don't have a really way to buy from them. I think they're kind of on their way out, honestly. My eyelash. I'm wearing lashes today, and I think they're like, I got a little bit of glue right on the end and it's sticking to me. L'Oreal is gonna go here. It's not cruelty free. MAC's gonna go here because it's not cruelty free. Max Factor is gonna go here because it's not cruelty free. Maybelline. It's gonna go here because it's. I don't think I've had Maybelline. I don't think I've used Maybelline since I was like 14. So, Milk Cosmetics is gonna go in the not used pile. My not used is getting way too big at this point. I want to use Milk Cosmetics. It's a price point thing. And they are not in my current Sephora, so I don't really have a way to look at stuff anymore. I definitely want to try them. I really, really want to try it. I just haven't. Milani. Milani's gonna go in the... Let's go in the C category. I don't think there's anything wrong with Milani. I really liked a couple of their lipsticks. I've used a couple of their blushes. I used to use their eyeliner. I think the NYX Epic pen is better. I use their primer. I'm just kind of like when I'm looking for something, I don't go straight to Milani. Milk Makeup is gonna go up here because I love their Hydro Grip formula. It's so good. I really want to try the eye primer, but I haven't. Definitely want to try the eye primer. I use the Hydro Grip setting spray and the Hydro Grip primer. I just don't use the eye primer. Really liked it. I've had a couple of their like cream blush formulas that I liked. I didn't love them at the time I tried them because I just wasn't into cream blushes, but I probably want to try them again. Definitely really like Milk Makeup. Basically this category is just like things I will buy from again. Morphe. This is so frustrating. Morphe's gonna go in the D category. Actually, I'm gonna be nice to Morphe, only because of their brushes. They're gonna get in the C category. They're literally only in the C category because of their brushes. That's it. I think their makeup is trash 90% of the time, and they just make the same palette over and over again. And it's just annoying at best the way that they make their palettes. They've just been kind of doing the same thing over and over, or they do like a full palette of browns with like one green shade. They actually made an April Fool's Day joke that people didn't realize was a joke because they thought it was real. Like, that's how much they've done it. NARS. I've tried NARS before. You're gonna go in the D category. I have tried, I'm trying to think, I've tried a couple of their Orgasm palette, their Orgasm products. I had the lip gloss that I loved at one point in time. I had the blush that I loved at one point in time. I used their tinted moisturizer for a little bit. I don't have anything against NARS. I think they make decent products. I just don't care to try them myself. My biggest thing with NARS is that they keep making orgasm themed products, and it's just like, let it go. Charlotte Tilbury does the same thing with Pillow Talk, and it's like if every item has the same name in it, it's not unique. You gotta stop milking it. Natasha Denona. Trying to look at all these things. Natasha Denona. I'm gonna make some tea. Let me just ruminate on that for a sec, because my throat hurts. Be right back. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Alright, Natasha Denona is gonna go. Natasha Denona is gonna go into the A category. Eyeshadow formula is really good. A lot of stuff that she makes is really good. I used her cheek palette today. I've owned most of her $65 palettes. I've had the Love palette, the Sunrise, the Glam, the Bronze, the Bronze palette. I ended up selling them. I've actually owned the Love palette twice. I bought it, sold it, bought it again, sold it again. I've almost bought it again and then sold it again. I keep her Love Cheek formula legitimately only because it has like it's got like glitter in it, so when you flip it around it's all glittery. It's really cute. But yeah, I don't buy from her a whole lot. It's definitely on my radar. It's just not a thing that I love. So yeah, I don't have anything against her. It's just a price point that I can't have. Nude by Nature, never tried. NYX is gonna go up here. My only beef with NYX is that they sometimes use the word gypsy, which is a slur against Romani people, to describe their colors, and I don't think they've done it in a really long time. I'm totally forgetting something, let me know, but I use NYX brow products, I use their eyeliner, I use their lip gloss, I use their liquid lipsticks, I use a lot of their like eye and lip products. This is way too hot. Really love them. We'll continue to buy from them. They're a solid drugstore brand. They're definitely going to be something you want to try if you don't want to spend a lot of money. And then over Cosmetics, God, never used, won't use. Brand owner is a Trump supporter, want nothing to do with that. I've heard really good things about their highlighters. I'm really sad that Nikki Tutorials keeps doing collections with them, but you know, she is her own person. Pat McGrath, that was really fast as I was doing that. Pat McGrath Labs is going up here in the S. The difference between Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona is I understand why Pat McGrath's stuff costs as much as it does. Her palettes cost about $125 a piece for 10 shades, I think. I think it's 10. I have tried her formula. It is worth the price. She is the only high-end, expensive brand that I will sit there and go, no, it's worth it, because you can tell the difference. I stand by what I said earlier, that when it comes to like things that are high-end, if I can achieve the same look with a Colourpop, I'm gonna just stick with Colourpop, but like Pat McGrath is amazing. I want to own more of her palettes. I owned her 2019 holiday collection and then had to sell it because I needed the money. But I want to buy her stuff again. It's just, her formulas are so good. Her shimmers are so good. I used her Dark Star mascara for the longest period of time. I wish she would make a waterproof version of it because I had to stop using it because my eyes would just be like smudges at the end of the day and there was nothing I could do about it. I just blink a lot. So yeah, Pat McGrath is the only high-end expensive brand that I will tell people to buy because it's so good. It always blows me away. Pixie, never tried, never felt like it. Pure, never tried, never felt like it. Revlon, haven't tried since I was 14. Revolution, haven't tried. I've heard good things about Revolution. I know a lot of people that love Revolution. It's just, I feel like there are like NYX people, Revolution people, and Colourpop people, and like you are one of those three most of the time. And I am a Colourpop person, and I've seen a lot of Revolution products that look really good. I know they're kind of known for like kind of knocking off brands or coming up with stuff that's very similar to other brands. And you know what, good for them when it's Too Faced, because Too Faced sucks. We will get to that. Sigma, haven't tried, want to try. Heard their brushes are amazing. I've never even heard of this brand. Smashbox. Smashbox is gonna go in the D category. That'll be nice. I'll put him in C. I've tried their stuff before, not a whole lot. For them, they don't really make anything that wows me. You know what? No, I'm putting it down here they're going with NARS because it's the same thinking. It's not really their formula. It's just I have zero interest. They've been kind of riding the train of like a couple products for so long that I just don't care. I don't even know how they've been staying afloat by making the same 3 products. Soap and Glory, never tried. I thought this was an MLM to start. I think I'm thinking of Body Shop. Stila's gonna go in the D category. I used to swear up and down about the Stila eyeliner because my best friend loved it, and I used to own a few of their like the shimmer and go liquid shadows, and like I bought a bunch of them, never used them. I used to buy a bunch of stuff that like I literally never used, and I'm really happy I'm not doing that anymore because god, that was stupid. But when it comes to Stila, like they're going in the D category because I feel like this D category is just brands that haven't come out with anything spectacular in so long that I just don't care anymore. I feel like that's really what it is. I just like don't care anymore. Like they're just kind of boring. They apparently came out with more of those glitter shadows, and I was like, why? Is because they have nothing better to come up with. It's weird. Like they don't come out with anything original. They don't come out with anything special. I don't even like their logo anymore. Like I'm just not thrilled by them at all. I want this to cool down a little faster. Okay. Sugar Pill is gonna go up into the A category. Sugar Pill is owned by a drag queen. I unfortunately don't remember her name right now, but Sugar Pill is one of those brands, like how I said that Juvia's Place is gonna be really pigmented because it's black owned. Sugar Pill is gonna be super pigmented because it's drag queen owned. Those shadows need to stay, they need to stick, they need to be bright, they need to be vibrant, they need to be seen across a room. Sugar Pill does that. I've owned their Fun Size 1 palette. I loved it, just stopped using color for a really long time, so I got rid of it. Super cute. Their Fun Size 2 is kind of like a grungy version. I want that one. Sugar Pill capsules look so good. I've almost bought them like a bunch of times. I've heard really good things about their lipsticks. They have, I think it's called Truffle is the color that they make a lot of. I've heard good things about their lipsticks. I like Sugar Pill a lot. I'm really sad they are not in Ulta anymore. But I hope they're not going away because their formula is really good. I just unfortunately haven't had a lot of money to spend on makeup, so it wasn't in my top 10. I would buy from them again. It's just a money thing. I would highly recommend them though for like bright colors. Tarte is gonna go in the same category with all these. Honestly, it could go in the not used palette because I haven't think I've used anything from Tarte in like 10 years. But it's gonna go in this like dull, zero interest category because they rode that Shape Tape line for so long and it just wasn't good. They like lived for that Shape Tape line and they kept making foundations and all kinds of stuff, and then they just literally like they make the same palette over and over again, and it's just like this is the thing, like, so Morphe made the joke about how they did like the all browns palette with like the one like green or something, and people thought it was a legitimate palette. Like that's how boring they were and how used to it they were. Tarte made I feel like they called it blue balls. Like it was something like weird, but they made an April Fool's Day joke that was an all blue palette, and it was a joke, and people loved it because Tarte hadn't made anything unique in like 5 years, if not more. And it was embarrassing because like they made this palette as a joke and people literally loved it more than anything they had actually made in so long, that it was just like a wake up brand. And then they came out with the palette, which when they came out with the palette, it had way more neutrals in it, and people were not as excited about it. Like it was dumb. Like they came out with a palette that was supposed to be what people wanted after a joke palette, and then it wasn't even as good. But yeah, Tarte, I think they make pretty neutrals. I have neutrals and I'm good. You don't need to spend $40 on a neutral palette from Tarte. Like, that's what it really is. I'm not a huge Rae Dunn person, but this is Drink Up Witches. I'm very picky about Rae Dunn. Like, I like Rae Dunn stuff, I just only like certain things. Like, I'm not gonna fill my house with it. And Too Faced. You're gonna get a friend today, Jeffree. Too Faced is going in the F category for 2 reasons. It's Too Faced. One is the owner is an absolute trash human being, and the other is because their formulas 9 times out of 10 suck. So I liked Too Faced back in 2016. They had a green lipstick I really liked that I used to wear all the time. I think it was like, it wasn't Crocodile Tears. Crocodile Tears was Jeffree's, which that name is so ironic looking back. Too Faced had a green one. It was like an emerald green, very pretty. It was not complimentary to me. I don't know. I'm really weird about colored lipsticks. I want to like them and I just don't. But Too Faced, I had the Peachy palette, I had the Gold Chocolate Bar palette, I had other stuff from them that I know of. I think I had a couple of their palettes. I just can't remember which ones. I know I definitely had the Peachy one. And something else. The peach one was so weird because it smelled just like Cabbage Patch Kids. And that was just like such a throwback to like have something that smelled exactly like Cabbage Patch Kids. But yeah, they're in the F category. They did some shady things with Nikki tutorials as far as like switching out formulas when she did her collab, and then not paying her appropriately for that collab, and then saying some transphobic things about Nikki in the wake of people finding out about that, which is funny because that was elicited by Jeffree Star, which no one is surprised about at all. Supposedly, Jared and the other owner, who I cannot think of the name of, are actually leaving Too Faced. They're owned by Estee Lauder now. So I wonder how that's going to affect the brand. I feel like they're going to continue to make really boring stuff because, unfortunately, when artists leave, it's just boring. Alrighty. We only have 2 left that I've actually tried. One of them is Urban Decay. Urban Decay is going to go into the graveyard category. Yeah, same reasons. Same reasons as most of these. I like their eyeliners. I like their glitter liners. I used to really love the Naked palettes. I think the Naked palette was one of my first, if not my first, high-end palette ever. Yeah, okay, so it's not scary, I promise. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna, like, go here. I've done all the work for you. These two are super affordable. These two right here are really affordable, so you're good. You don't need to be scared. This one is not affordable, but they are really good. I would definitely get better with makeup before you go to her. Colourpop and NYX, yeah. Colourpop and NYX are my favorite. I've also been trying to put all of my makeup in description boxes, but apparently I can't do that. So I put them all on, when I load my streams to YouTube after the fact, I put all of my makeup in those ones. So if you ever wonder what I'm wearing, or what I own, they're going to be in description boxes, but definitely these two. Colourpop and NYX are really good for starters, for beginners. You can find Colourpop at Ulta. You can find both these at Ulta. Yeah. I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on makeup, but Urban Decay. Everyone had Urban Decay. Everyone had the Naked palettes. I regret getting rid of my Naked Smoky almost every single day, even though I have colors that are just like it now, because apparently that's like one of the most sought after palettes now. I think Urban Decay just kind of like lost their way. They have the only foundation that I still use, which is the Naked foundation, ironically. I just don't wear foundation anymore, and when I wear it I feel like it's weird on me. And I still do like full glam, but I just don't like wearing foundation anymore. But yeah, they're in the graveyard of stuff, of just being unoriginal and kind of coming out with the same things. They came out with these palettes that were like the Naked Your Way palettes recently, and it was just embarrassing because the packaging was colorful and the insides was neutrals, and it's just like, I'm begging you to make other colors. Like, I'm begging. Like, they make every possible color for their eyeliners. Yeah, these are all my opinions of my rankings. But yeah, they make good stuff. I just don't think Urban Decay's formula is just like not good anymore. Like, when it came out, it was good. It was a good, like, it was good compared to what else was out, but unfortunately, like, people like Colourpop and even e.l.f. have been coming out with some really good stuff lately that you don't need to pay $40 for a palette anymore for good quality. Colourpop makes them for $18, and they used to make them for $9. Times change. But yeah, I would never recommend an Urban Decay palette over something that Colourpop makes. Purely because the formula is just not there. I don't even think I own any Urban Decay palettes anymore. I think I've gotten rid of all of them because they don't wow me. They're not special. And I kind of like a formula that has pigment that I don't have to struggle with, but isn't so pigmented that it's like if you fuck up, you fuck up. Because like the Jeffree Star formula, while I love it and I miss it, it sometimes was so pigmented that it was hard to work with if you weren't experienced. And the Urban Decay is kind of the opposite. Like, I think that's why they got popular, was that like anyone could use it, but like it's just not great in the grand scheme of things. It just needs something, and I just wish they would make a colorful palette. They did the Prince collection recently, and it was just embarrassingly bad. It was bad. Alright, and the last one that I've tried is Wet n Wild. I'm just gonna skip. I haven't tried Viseart. I haven't tried either of these. Viseart, I have no interest in trying. Wet n Wild is gonna go in the Wet n Wild's gonna go here. Kind of for the same reasons. Wet n Wild's gonna go there because it is... I I use their lip gloss, and I love their lip gloss. I have the Care Bear sponge, and I love my Care Bear sponge. I want more of their lip glosses. I want some of their highlighters. I've heard really good things about a lot of their products. I think their eyeshadow formula is just not there, but I really am happy with what I've tried so far. The lip gloss formula was like, I have the Pisces one. I wore it yesterday, but it's the Pisces version of their lip gloss. It's so good. I was genuinely shocked how good it was. It was very pigmented and very sparkly, and it lasted, and it smelled good. But yeah, a lot of people really like Wet n Wild. I've heard good things about their foundation. Like, I don't know, they just kind of came out of nowhere and started making good products, and it was just kind of through everyone. But yeah, that's all of these. I'm going to actually adjust some of these. I'm going to pull all of these out that I have zero interest in trying. Again. Oh, no, Sigma can stay. Because I'm going to do some rearranging. Okay. So what I did was I pulled out all of these because I have zero interest in ever trying them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank these now from left to right as like best to worst. Slay All Day, I'm going to do this. Okay. I feel like I could have started from the bottom. I'm going to revisit this in a sec. So what we're going to do is, so the not used, the only ones that are left are things that I haven't used, but I would like to, it's so weird that Covergirl's not in here, but Revlon is. I'm actually going to throw Revlon back here. So weird, they have like everyone except CoverGirl. Maybe because CoverGirl's owned by, I don't know. Is this? No, that's definitely CoverFX. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in order of things that I want to try. Definitely Melt is going to be first. Okay. So the way I did this, the way I want to try them, so definitely Melt is first in like the not used category, the things that I want to try. Because I've just heard really good things, and I've been like, I've almost bought the Gemini 2 palette like 6 times in the last week. I've heard really good things about it. I really want to try their like glowy blushes. They look so good. I've heard mixed reviews about some of their palettes seem to like suck and other ones don't. I know the Millennial Pink one got a lot of flack, but apparently it was good, so I'm not really sure. And then for Sigma, they have, I think it's called a Fairy Tale palette. It's just like, it's very like, it's pinks and sage colors. It's very cute, very pretty. I want to try that. Definitely want to try their brushes. They're just a little out of my price point. These two, they are not cruelty free, which is why I haven't tried them. I want them to be cruelty free again because I miss some of their products. Revlon had these like color sticks, or like lippy crayons. It was funny, they were actually, so originally they were called Just Bitten, and it was when Twilight came out. And I had like all of them because it was Twilight themed and I was obsessed. But yeah, I wish, and they've rebranded them into like a generic lip brand name. I wish they would keep calling them Just Fit and like stick to the theme. But they were definitely cashing in on that Twilight money. But yeah, I want to try Revlon. I want to try Maybelline again. But unfortunately, they're not cruelty free, so I can't. If I buy a product that is not cruelty free, it is like very, 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 very rare, and I feel guilty about it the entire time, and it's a whole thing, and it's just like no ethical consumption or capitalism, but still. Hourglass. I want to try their highlighters. I've heard good things about them. I don't have the interest in spending that much money on them, and I don't think, I have a hard thing where it's like, if it's gonna cost that much money for like one product, it needs to be like the best product I've ever tried in my entire life, because if it's not the best product, I'm gonna sit there going, I could have spent $20 on this or $10 on this and gotten a little less quality and been perfectly happy with it. And so it's like, I want to try them, but like I don't want to ever spend money on them, and I don't want to ever like spend money in lieu of getting something else for cheaper. So it's really only in my not use category, because I'm just like, I don't want to spend the money. Beauty Bakery. I kind of want to try their powder. I want to try a couple things from them. I've seen some of their like really cute neutral palettes that are adorable. It's one of those things where it's like, it's never the right fit. They're on my radar. They're just not aggressively on my radar. I believe they're also Black Owned Beauty. I think Huda stole something from her. I think that was the tea. Not really sure. My F category doesn't matter. Too Faced, if the owners and the owner's sister who made those comments about Nikki tutorials leave and they don't make any money from it, and Too Faced comes out with something that's like phenomenal, I'll consider it. But I want to verify that they're not getting any money from it ever. Jeffree, unfortunately, because his name is the brand, I don't even think he could leave the brand and I'd be okay with it. Which is such a bummer. However, looking back, he was definitely at the height of that like liquid lipstick craze that made your lips super dry, and I just hate it. My lips did not need help being that dry, and no matter what I did, like people were like, "Oh, you should exfoliate." It's like literally my lips will always look like that. Hey, Zelda, coming out from your nap? My dog just woke up. Hi. Okay, and the D category. These are all kind of the same. So, I like ours a little bit more. So the likelihood of me trying these is kind of in this order. Because I want something from Kat Von D that's really good. I want something that's exciting. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Same with NARS, same with Urban Decay. Like, these are all kind of the same. Laura Mercier's an out because it's not cruelty free, but these are just all the same category. Like, I'm not ever really going to buy from them again because they just don't make anything interesting ever. My dog is being a pain. Get in. Okay, lay down. Hi, Mama. So yeah, I just don't think they're ever going to make anything interesting ever again, and unfortunately, I'm not going to buy from them until they make something interesting, so that's what it is. C category, in likelihood of me buying something. Okay, so likelihood of me buying something. Wet n Wild's definitely the top. Super excited. Very intrigued. Want to see what else they make. Actively looking for more lip glosses. Yeah, very, very excited about that. Lime Creme is next. I think they make some really good products. I just don't think they've made anything exciting lately, unfortunately. So they're there. Milani's here. I'm just very neutral about Milani. It's great if I can find something that I want. It's just not ever going to be this like wow factor for me ever again. Morphe's here only because these two are here. Bare Minerals and Benefit. I don't think I'll ever buy anything else from them again. I liked what I used. I just don't think I will literally ever buy anything from them. Actually, I'm gonna throw Benefit down here. I'm gonna throw Bare Minerals. You know what? These are both gonna go down here. They're going down here because I have zero interest in ever buying them again. It's just not because they suck as human beings. Morphe gets to stay here only because of brushes. But yeah, maybe I'm like I'm so uninterested. Alright, these guys. Likelihood of buying again. I feel like I should have thrown Javia's Place in the F category. I'm like stuck now because like morally I want to put them down here, but they're just not. It's just not as. I hate being like it's not as bad. It's not as reoccurring. I think unless I'm totally missing something, I could be totally wrong. But yeah, Elf definitely would buy it from them again. I just wait for them to come out with good formulas. Juvia's Place, I'm waiting for them to not be terrible people. BH Cosmetics, I think BH Cosmetics actually got shut down. I think they closed. Or I think they like went bankrupt or something. It was something weird. Like I thought they went bankrupt and then they didn't and then they did and it was just very odd. But I would buy from them again. When they came out with the ice cream shadows, oh god, those were so good. I wanted those so bad. They looked so good. And they all sold out instantly. Anastasia, just not thrilled with. I wish she would come out with like exciting highlighters or something, but she's just not exciting. I'm gonna throw her down here. I'm doing some adjustments. Yeah, you're getting thrown here. I want you. No, I liked her formula better than Urban Decay. Yeah, I want her to be better. I just can't. And I'm gonna throw Juvia's Place down here. And the only reason that they are first in the F category is because they are not as terrible. And the only reason Jeffree is above Too Faced is because the formula was good. Too Faced just sucks as a brand overall. But yeah, Juvia's is going down. Let's go down here. That my conscience feels better. And Anastasia is only up in D because I just don't think she's. I haven't found any like concrete proof about her, the allegations against her, so people could just be making that assumption because she is Russian. But yeah, the B category, not the best, not the worst, good go-tos. Some e.l.f. ones are like the quality of Natasha Denona, which is weird, but they're just not the best. And I'm gonna throw Huda Beauty down here. She's gonna go in the B category. Because I can, but also I think this is kind of like the hit or miss category, and I think she's just had like too many misses. I still buy from her. I still look to buy from her. I still like her stuff. I'm not as excited about it. And I'm gonna throw I'm gonna do some adjustments. So I'm gonna throw BH actually down here. Just because I don't buy a lot, I'm gonna throw Dose of Colors down here. Yeah, I feel better about that. Because I don't buy from them a whole lot, and I haven't. I just really like the formula. I don't think they can be up there. For these ones, likelihood of buying again is definitely this way. Sugar Pill is going to be first because it's Sugar Pill. I have not met a Sugar Pill product I didn't love. I just don't buy from them a whole lot. They are going to be an A category instead of a B category like Dose of Colors, because the likelihood of me buying something from them and getting into the brand again is way higher than Dose of Colors. They're just really fun. I just think they're pricey. They're justified in their priciness. It's just not what I'm looking for. Natasha Denona is not justified in her priciness as much as she thinks she is. I think you're buying a name when it comes to her, but it is better than a lot of these designer brands down here making you buy a name. 'Cause some of these just suck. So yeah, I want to buy a couple palettes. I kind of miss her bronze palette, but I don't really wear warm toned neutrals a whole lot, so it's not great for me. Fenty Beauty's at the end because I haven't hated anything I've tried from her. I just don't buy them, and the lavender powder is going to live in my drawer forever, so it's definitely going to be an A category. And then lastly, for our S category, I am going to stick with the way I put this originally. These two are fighting in my brain because I love Pat McGrath. I think I am genuinely excited for Pat McGrath more than I am for Colourpop. But as far as likelihood of buying goes, it's going to be Colourpop because it's $10 versus $125. I'm not as excited for Colourpop. It just puts out so many products all the time that it's very much like buyer fatigue. Whereas Pat McGrath is very curated, very like dynamic, and very like expensive looking, and is nice, and it actually is expensive. So the only reason this is the way is like I will buy way more Colourpop products before I buy another Pat McGrath Labs palette, because I have to like justify those palettes in my head, and that's hard for me. And then with these two, NYX is gonna be, of course, ahead of Milk because I'm more excited about it than Milk products. The Milk products I'm probably only going to buy primers and the setting spray from for the foreseeable future. I don't see them coming out with something that I'm excited about as much as I am about that, and I buy a lot of lip products from NYX. But they are definitely below Pat McGrath because given the choice and unlimited fonts, I buy Pat McGrath over NYX. So yeah, that is my ranking of all of these makeup palettes, because I'm crazy and I wanted to do all of them. There are these makeup brands, so I'm really happy with this. I think this looks good. This looks like it was. I actually really like doing this format too. I want to do this. I think I'm gonna do this with like comic books or like Vampire Diaries characters. I think that'd be fun. I'm gonna switch back to this one. I forgot I added my little crystals. Yeah, I think that was fun. I think it was exciting. I'm in like an hour and a half. I don't really have a whole lot to do aside from this. This is kind of like my whole day. I was thinking about doing drawing, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. I think I'll save that for tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. Bye.